how to do DMs so that they work on LinkedIn and you don't feel like you're spamming people and then don't feel being spammed. And so the other day I got a DM, like we all do get DMs, or we send DMs, we get direct messages or private messages, right? And I got a DM from someone, and I'll just take a look here. Here it is. So basically, this person, she sent me a DM after connecting with me. So she connected with me, um, just sending just a regular connection request. I think it was, what did she say? Yeah, Mike, you look like someone to know. Let's connect. Okay. So I connected. I don't mind. I mean, she looked like someone who is, um, kind of my ICP as well. And then she sent me a message a couple hours later saying, "Hey, what is your favorite book you have ever read? I would love to know what you're reading right now." And then she sent me a selfie. And so I didn't respond to that one. And then a couple days later, she sent me another message saying, "If I offered you a live or business session via Zoom for 30 minutes, would you be interested?" And I said, "No, obviously." And this is a perfect example of how you should not do DMs on LinkedIn or anywhere else, really. And here's a couple of reasons. I wrote a post about it on LinkedIn as well, just kind of deconstructing this whole situation, because like such a good example of like what you should not be doing and what you should be doing instead. So I said no, not because I'm rude, not because I don't want to, build connection, not because I'm not open to new things. It's just because that pitch was so bad. And here's why it was bad. There's a couple of things. First of all, she did not build any relationship before she pitched. And asking me to jump on a call with a stranger for 30 minutes is a big ask. Like, we are all busy. Long gone are the days where we were like, yeah, let's get on a call and talk about business. Like, I don't have time for that. And then I don't really have a need for that. So she did not build a relationship with me. She sent me those two, three other messages, but I did not engage at all. And so there was no rapport, nothing, right? Second of all, she doesn't really know who I am. I mean, clearly, she's offering, life coaching, business coaching, like my profile is pretty clear, but she's not showing me that she knows who I am. The her pitch has no context. Like, there's no, it's out of blue. Like, hey, you want to get a consulting session? Like, no, right? The pitch is also very inconsistent. Like, she says live or business session. What does that mean? Like, are you a life coach? Are you a business coach? Like, it's really hard to trust someone who is both at the same time, right? And like, what are we even talking about? Like, is this a therapy session? Is it a coaching session? Is it a, like, are we doing a vision board workshop for my business? Like, it's very, very vague. And a vague offer equals low perceived value. And for me, I'm like, no, hell no. Like, I don't know you, haven't built any rapport with me. You gave me this pitch out of nowhere. You don't know who I am. Like, I don't know who you are. I don't trust you. Like, you are very confusing. Like. And then she asked for too much as well. Like I said, like, it's just I don't want to get on a call with a stranger if I don't see a value on the other hand, on the other side of it. Like, why would I? I don't want to get on a call with, for 30 minutes with someone that haven't really showed me any understanding of who I am, what I do, and whether I actually need any help. The pitch really didn't make any sense. It was all about her, how she wants to get on a call, not about me. Right? So it's exactly like, I very often like to bring this analogy to my clients when they are trying to figure something out, is to realize, like, think how you would react, or how you would act, not react, act in a regular face to face interaction. Like, when you are at a network event, you wouldn't just approach someone and say, "Hey, you want to jump on a call with me?" I'm like, "No, like, what? Like, who are you even?" Right? So why do it online? Why do it on LinkedIn, right? So what do you need to do instead? Well, you first of all, you have to understand who the person that you're trying to pitch is, right? So throughout our relationship building, like, we connect with people. Sure, that's the first step. If they accept the connection request, that's awesome. But then they accept it, but we don't know anything about them except for what we see on the profile. So, like, where they are, like what kind of posts they have, content and whatever. Like, about section, but other than that, we don't know anything. So we need to understand who they are. We need to understand whether they actually have a problem that we're trying to solve. Because again, every business exists to solve a problem. If you're pitching your solution to someone does not have a problem, who does not have a problem, there's no reason why you would pitch. And so that's what happened with her as well. Like, she's pitching me something, I don't even know what kind of solution, because it's just so empty. It's just like a session on what? Like, what are you trying to solve? So in this case, there's like it's even worse than pitching something that's not a good fit, right? So you need to understand who that person is. You need to understand what problems and challenges they are facing, not might be facing, they are actually facing, and you understand that or uncover that through the conversation that you have with them. And only then you can say or pitch your solution, because you know that they actually need they have a problem, you have a solution, they're willing to solve the problem, right? So, and that's actually the trifecta of knowing when to pitch and to whom. So it's they have a problem, audience has a problem, you have a fix for that problem, and they're willing to fix and pay. They're willing to fix that problem and pay for that fix. So it's actually 4 elements, right, instead of 3. But we usually look at it from a trifecta perspective. So problem, solution, and the willingness to pay, to fix and pay, right? So if they have a problem, but they're not willing to fix it, or they're not willing to pay for it, then there's no point of pitching, right? If they have a problem you cannot solve, there's no point of pitching, because you're going to solve the problem. If you can solve a problem they don't have, there's no point of pitching, right? So you build relationship on DMs, on cold outreach, and try to uncover those 3 elements. Is there a problem? Do I have a solution for that problem? Are they willing to fix that problem? And are they willing to pay the money to fix that problem, right? So if you don't do that, like, all your pitches will just go nowhere, and it's just so bad that you lose credibility in just like one quick snap of a finger, because it's just making no sense. So that's how you pitch, and that's how you don't pitch. Good luck.